Welcome back to part 3 of our saga in calculating or converting in chemical quantities. This one is percent by mass. So this topic will help you, or this video will help you calculate the percent by mass of certain elements in a compound. So quickly to review, the formula for any percentage I teach is that the percentage is equal to a part over a whole. And then we multiply that by 100. That's the easiest way to remember what goes where. The whole refers to all of what we're describing. The part is just simply the part that we're finding the percentage for. Now, if we're going to do percent by mass, that means that our percent by mass, our part is the molar mass of the element, and this is just the element that's in question. Now, recall, in order to make certain that we include all of the element, we're going to also multiply that by the subscript. We're going to multiply that by the subscript. And then put that over the molecular mass of the compound. So that will be our whole. Then our last step is just simply to multiply that quantity by 100. That'll give us our percentage. Okay, so here's our first sample problem, which is natural gas. Now, if you live in Northeast Indiana with the rest of my students, then most probably your natural gas provider is NIPSCO. NIPSCO uses a formula where 95% of their compressed natural gas that they spread to each of their clients is 95% methane. So this is the compressed natural gas that heats most of our homes and powers our water heater or even our gas stoves. So again, we're burning mostly methane when we're doing this. So what is the percent by mass of carbon in this methane gas? Now again, remember, our part is carbon, our whole is methane gas. So we're going to determine the molar mass of our element, which is carbon. So if we take a peek at carbon right here, we see that it has a molar mass of 12.01. So we're going to write that down off to the side, 12.01. Hydrogen has a molar mass of 1.01 equals 1.01, except we have 4 of those, so we need to account for all those. 12.01 plus 4.04 equals 16.05 grams per mole. All right, now, in order to calculate our percentage of carbon, we are going to put in our part, which is carbon, so 12.01 grams of carbon, or I'm sorry, grams per mole of carbon, over 16.05 grams per mole of CH4. So multiply that by 100. So 12.01 divided by 16.05 will give us a grand total of 0.7482. Now we're going to multiply that by 100. Now our percentage will become 74.83%. So our percentage of carbon equals 74.83. Perfect. Not too bad, is it? Now, just to practice it even further, we're going to continue and calculate the percent by mass of hydrogen in CH4 just for fun. So we're going to say percentage of hydrogen. Now again, our part is now hydrogen. Recall, this is why we added the subscript to the top, is to make sure that we include all of the hydrogen atoms. So 4.04, which is 1.01 times 4 over 16.05. The molar mass doesn't change, grams per mole. All right, and then we're going to multiply that by 100. So when we type in 4.04, which is 1.01 times 4, divided by 16.05, that should give us, 4.04 divided by 16.05, there we go, 25.17, because we need to multiply that by 100. So our percentage of hydrogen equals 25.17%. Now, the reason we calculated these separately was so that we can double check our work and make sure that they all add up to 100. 74.83 plus 25.17 equals a perfect 100, so that means that we did our work correctly. The reason I calculate these separately is just in case I goof up on this problem. I don't want to trust my math entirely if I can go back and pull numbers from the problem that are not incorrect. So this serves not only as a way to check my work, but it also prevents me from making a silly mistake on the first problem, and then that silly mistake affecting my answer for the second problem. All right, let's move on to add one more problem just to make sure that we've got this fully secured and understood. We're going to say in a 350 gram sample of methane, how many grams are carbon? Okay, in order to answer this question, we have a couple of steps. Step one is to calculate our percent by mass of carbon. Step two is just to multiply this percentage by our sample. So just like the way that you calculate, let's say if you go to your favorite store at the mall, like let's say the Gap, and you were to calculate the discount that you're going to receive with your 25% off discount, you do the very same thing to determine the percent by mass of this compound. So we're going to start with our percent by mass of carbon, which is actually calculated over here, 74.83. Now recall, anytime you use a percentage in a formula, you cannot use the percent form. You must convert it to decimal form. Must convert it to decimal form. So we say 350 grams, and then just like you would multiply your 25.25 by the price of your favorite pair of jeans that you're going to purchase at the Gap, we're going to multiply this 0.7483 by our 350 grams to give us our percent by mass of carbon. So that is 350 times 0.7483, which gives us 261.91 grams of carbon. There we go. Hopefully this is helpful. Look forward to a wonderful remainder of the semester. Happy studies and enjoy.